Welcome back to Notes from the Sanctuary. I'm Véronique,
And I'm Paola.
and we're learning to live a better, gentler life, and we want you to come along for the ride.
So yeah, today's episode is a new chapter.
Yes.
And this is kind of like the stuff we like to talk about, the fun
Yeah.
topics.
Yeah. It's about manifestation, and I think that there's a whole range that we can look at it on, like from a very grounded, very like psychological aspect, to some a little wacky, a little bit pseudoscience-y kind of quantum physics type of thing, to a very like, I guess, woo type of, rituals
Perspective,
and
yes.
perspective and kind of, making things happen. And I think I think that's a topic that's almost kind of like for everyone.
I think so, because you can go into it so many different ways, right?
Yes.
So,
With so many different beliefs. And I feel like the results are kind of there, like no matter like the reason that you're doing it.
Yeah.
So, when I realized we were going to do that chapter, I went and grabbed this book that I started reading. I actually haven't finished it. It's like really messed up because I tried to read it at the spa. That didn't go so well. And there's a story behind this book. So this book is called Deja, which the English title is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And from what I've read about it so far, it's a lot about manifestation.
Okay.
And the interesting thing is how it got into my hands. Because I was in Mexico City and there was a street vendor selling a bunch of books. And my Spanish is not great. It was even less good at the time.
Okay.
And so I asked the vendor in Spanish. So I had to repeat a couple times because he didn't understand me. I asked him to recommend a book that was, very plain language. Like I didn't care if it was like, because I watch a lot of podcasts or whatever. So like it didn't need to be simple. It just didn't, like, I don't know
Not
enough.
too complex.
I don't know enough poetry. Like I don't know, like I couldn't do poetic because I wouldn't know what's like literal and
what's the metaphor. What are the meaning behind it?
Exactly. So I asked for something that's, very, and he just reached out. He thought a little bit and he gave me this book. And I feel like, when I opened it and I saw that it was about manifestation and it was a topic that I had just started, like, being interested in.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, wow, I manifested this book. Or the universe gave it to me, or,
in your time is the perfect moment. So, I mean, you said what it felt like. Did you feel differently in your body when you were handed the book? Like, did it feel like, aha?
It did, actually.
Oh.
Yes, that was like the interesting part because a lot of these, like, do you feel it? Like, I don't. But this one, it was just this like, oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And he then suggested another set, which was the Four Agreements.
Okay.
Los Cuatro Acuerdos, which I already had in English.
So you didn't want, you were like...
I actually bought it in Spanish too.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Because it was a book that like meant a lot to me. I actually read it out loud to Lucy, my daughter, while she was at the hospital.
Okay.
Because it was just like, it's like a really interesting take on things. It's based on Toltec wisdom. So anyway, so these two books, and I mean, he didn't have like all self-help books or whatever. Like he had tons of fiction.
And these are the two that landed on.
Those are two that landed on me, and I was like,
that's crazy.
Wow.
That's meaningful. And this is kind of like where you look at, there's different ways that manifest can be, but it could also just be like the intent of time, space. It was just so perfect that you were meant to have this, or you were meant to meet that person, and you were meant to be in that point in time. Like,
and I get like I get like times where I feel that way,
Mm.
and then I get times where I'm a lot more logical. But even on those logical times, I feel like, like maybe I made the connection afterwards, but it's still meaningful.
Interesting. I
Like
like
it's
that.
still meaningful. Like it's still like it helps me understand my brain better.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, oh, this meant something to me. There's something in my subconscious that I need to listen to. Or the universe wanted me to know something. And it's
Just
like
put it in
depending
your
on
path.
yeah. And I kind of believe both alternatively.
So then I know you're saying that you kind of believe both, but
Hmm.
does it matter if you believe in one or the other, like the coincidence or manifestation, or if to you is it one altogether?
I think to me, I am trying to learn more and more to not let like the details matter.
Okay.
Like basically like if I feel that this works for me, I don't need to dissect it.
Mm-hmm.
I do dissect it still. But that's what I'm trying to.
Okay. So the ideal you don't need to, you shouldn't have to, and
Yeah.
you won't.
Yeah, and how do
Okay.
you feel about it? Like
I think it's a bit of both, because I do believe in coincidence up to a
Mhm.
point. Because okay, so my viewpoint in this kind of stuff is that I believe in a form of destiny, in the sense that we all have we have unlimited paths we could take. And each choice brings us down a path.
Mhm.
So choice A to be here with you has me in this path here, and it has infinite options, and I'm
Mhm.
choosing one of the paths that has already been laid out to me. But within that path, you can still have coincidence, because you decide whether that coincidence is a coincidence or destiny or manifestation or whatever. To me, it's just the label you give it.
Yeah.
It ends up being the same, because it's just the world, the universe, the creator, or whatever you believe in was meant for you to experience, live, and this is
Mhm.
where you are supposed to be. So
And it's the thing is if you don't believe that, there's still so much value in being where you were
exactly.
and looking back on it and saying, you know, because of this and that happened, I'm in this point. And even if you don't believe it's because the universe puts you there or whatever, maybe if you think it's your subconscious that brought you there. I mean, so your subconscious might be God.
Exactly.
So like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, I feel that yeah, the answer is the same no
It
matter
kind of ends
what.
up being the
Yeah.
same. It's just a different label. So, yeah. So, question for you. You are reading some Spanish books.
Mm-hmm.
You're learning Spanish. You know French, and you speak English as well. So, when you are reading all these different languages, especially when you're still learning, what pulls you to read a different language versus one that's the easier?
Stubbornness mostly. But it's also like it is very much to do with wanting to improve. Like,
Okay.
you know, uh, I do also try to read in French. I
Okay.
don't do as good of a job because I need to find books that were like originally written in French because I don't know, the translations annoy me.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like Le Petit Prince,
Yeah, well, I mean,
for
the children's
example.
books are easier that way for sure. But
Yeah.
so I had found this like fantasy series. I don't even remember what it was. The and I like devoured the whole series. It was like 10
Because
books or
it's well
something.
written in
It
French
was well
too.
written in French. And funny thing is, the plot was not even like the type of plot that I like absolutely love, but it was just well written in French, so I
Yeah.
had no problem with it. Um,
Hmm.
but for the most part, English is the easiest for me to read for sure.
Interesting. Interesting.
Which is funny because it's not my first language.
No, it's literally your second,
Yeah.
right? And Spanish is your third, and it's the Spanish book. So
Yeah. And I'm struggling with
yeah,
it. It's not that I don't understand. It's just it's so much slower.
yeah, and even the topic, it
Yeah.
can you have to read a sentence twice to really
Yeah.
understand or grasp.
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah, like when I listen to a podcast, like if I don't quite understand, like the meaning kind of comes to me with the way the conversation progresses, and the same would happen in a book, except that because you can pause the way you can in a podcast, you kind of get hung up instead of continuing to get the context.
Okay. Huh.
So, Dispenza built his case for manifestation on quantum physics, which I found super interesting.
Okay.
Did a bit more research. There's really no science to back it up. It's considered pseudoscience.
Okay.
But at the same time, it doesn't like not make sense. Like it's really
Everything
interesting.
kind of tracks.
Yeah. So basically, like when you think about like the you know, have you ever heard of the experiment for like the law of the observer, where so they basically did an experiment where they sent two particles to go through these slits. And whether someone was observing or not, it actually behaved differently.
So it's like if the tree falls and no one listens to it fall, did it fall?
Yes, and it actually has like, and even a camera on it would make it behave the way you would expect to behave. So it only if nothing was watching it, then reality kind of shifted.
Interesting.
Or at least that's how
that's
it can
the
be
idea.
interpreted.
Okay, yeah.
So if you look at this type of things, quantum entanglement, how like quantically particles can be kind of linked to each other, and it doesn't matter like how far they could be, like on the other side of the universe. If something happens to one, the same thing will happen to the other one.
Okay.
That type of thing. So like on a quantum level, and this is true science is part of it, like matter reacts very differently than on the macro level.
Okay.
And so Dispenza makes the case that if, with the observer effect and all of that, if reality reacts differently when you're observing it, then we are controlling reality.
Because just by the fact of observing, you're
Yes.
controlling. Okay.
And so for him, it's kind of a case in how manifestation works, where we can control our reality.
Interesting. Okay. So I don't know. I mean, I agree with that idea, but I have a problem with that because I feel like it puts human beings as being the like center of the universe, and I have a problem with that because we're not. From our perspective, we are, because we've now colonized the whole world. The earth is our playground, but before us and after us, life will continue.
But what if all humans and all creatures that have consciousness are all working together to manifest? And now we're kind of going into a Toltec wisdom, which is with the dreams. We're living in a dream that we control. And basically that's why there is some limits to what we can manifest or not, because everyone's like collective consciousness kind of makes the rules.
So we're in our own developed matrix.
Yeah. It's a fun theory.
Oh my God, I'm going to be thinking about this for the rest of the week. Okay.
Yeah, you got to read the 4 Agreements.
The Toltec, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's on my list.
I can even lend it to you. I've got it in both Spanish and English.
Oh, perfect.
So, on that note, okay. So when you hear quantum physics used to explain manifestation, what's your honest reaction?
I think that it is possible. I think that it's just a different way of looking at it. And there's, at least until now, there's no true proof or unproof. So what's for me to say that he's wrong? Maybe his view makes complete sense, because I know my view also does as well, but until proven wrong. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, great. It makes sense to you. Awesome.
Yeah. No, I like it. Because I like the idea of there being a science behind it.
You're like,
it's
science.
It's like, okay. wait, my brain can actually wrap around this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've like, spent years like watching the YouTube videos about the quantum physics because
Yeah.
it just like blows my mind. So yeah, I can get behind this. But then it's just like, but it is pseudoscience.
It
It's
is.
not, proven. But it is extremely interesting as to how much it kind of goes along with some ancient like beliefs.
Hmm.
They just use
I
different
think that's
words.
really interesting. Again, you're using different labels,
Yeah.
right? But it's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
So
They call it collective dreams.
collective dreams.
The one that we're living in the collective dream.
Hmm.
And like our dreams that we have is kind of a separate thing. It's a different level of dreams.
And I mean, I don't. There's the idea, especially now in 21st century, that how do you know what you know is true? Well, it's true because someone has proven it to you. Okay, well, how did they prove it? How was the study?
Yeah.
What's the validity? Who's who's being studied? How many people? Is it actually real? And then you can start to, even things that have been quote unquote proven, they can be unproven.
Yeah.
So what is knowledge?
Yeah.
What is science?
It's very transient. It's not as solid as
It's
we like
very
to think.
fluid.
Yeah.
And I think it goes back to, okay, well, if this works with your belief system, and that's also religion or any type of
Yeah.
belief system, if it aligns with your views, your goals, and you believe it, then amazing. I'm happy for you. Awesome, right? So you don't need to be like, yes, God is real because it's proven by so and so and Jesus, and there's the shroud and whatever. Well, maybe, but that's not always for
No.
everyone. And I'm sure people have tried to like unprove or prove or whatever, but
Yeah. Yeah. And I forget. That happens a lot.
okay, we can move on.
Yes, yes. Does something okay, we kind of goes very much along. Does something have to be scientifically provable for it to be true to you?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
In fact, I think a lot of things I believe in are not scientifically proven. Like, remember when we did those oracle card readings?
Oh my god, they were so on the well.
It's on the ball, and I'm sorry.
I just had some readings done
yes,
that were I don't get it.
and I'm sorry, but
someone give me science, please.
exactly. Like, is a scientist going to come and say that's false? Well, they can try, but we still believe, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I believe, but I mean, it's hard not to.
It's hard.
It's really
It's
hard not to. Yeah. I'm like, how the hell did he read me so well? Like, if it's just that he was able to like read me, like, cause I didn't say anything. Like, what did my body language could possibly have like? Yeah, I don't know. What's the difference between something not making sense, okay, and something not making sense? So like
Okay,
instead
yes.
of
Let's
like
define this.
yeah. So instead of saying like something's making sense and something's not making sense, we're saying something okay, either this doesn't make sense or this doesn't not make sense. As in like we're not saying it makes sense. We're not saying that it's
So it doesn't make sense. That's the first thing.
yeah.
But it doesn't not make sense.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think there's a difference. Is there? Because they both don't make sense in a way.
But they also both don't not make sense.
So maybe I think you've got that balance where maybe in that they both don't make sense, don't not make sense. Maybe there's some sort of truth or where it does make sense.
Yeah, I think it's kind of kind of almost like the Schrodinger's cat.
Yes. Okay,
Like
yes.
until we observe it, we don't know if the cat
We
is
don't know.
alive. So until the science is there, we don't know if it makes sense or if it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And I mean, there is a difference, but I'm also not feeling like my gut feeling is that there isn't that much of a difference because it's like in the realm of kind of a little bit of both almost.
Mm. This is not proven. Like it's just
Yeah.
like you can see it go both either way. Like,
Absolutely. It's like dually existing at once.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So we're going to look at kind of like what belief actually looks like in our nervous system and why receiving can feel harder than wanting. And basically,
Yep.
we're gonna look at kind of like if we like feel like we deserve to receive something. And I think like one example we talked about before this is that I say I'm a really good manifester when it's an emergency.
Yeah.
And it's almost like because then I don't mind receiving because it's like
You need it.
I
Like
need it.
you're
Yeah.
in dire need.
I'm in
Right?
dire need and like it always happens. People I drive people absolutely crazy about how badly I take care of my money. But it's
Somehow it
just
just
like
all works
it
out.
always works out. And some like yeah, sure I could do a whole lot better without having that stress of oh my god, where the money's gonna come from. And then all of a sudden it's just I get a phone call, hey, I got a job and you know,
We're good.
we're good and hey,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just like it just always like as soon as I start worrying about money,
You don't have to.
the money comes. And so this is kind of a you know, struggling to receive in the
Mm-hmm.
aspect. So,
I think I think that well, at least
mhm,
based on what you're saying, I think when you need it, you don't have to worry because you're gonna almost like the universe has got you. But if you're receiving without necessarily like you may want it, but you receive it, it's like you have to be almost vulnerable to
yeah,
yourself, to others, to whoever, to the universe,
yeah,
almost saying, "Yeah, I would really love this."
yeah, and it's also like feeling like you can feel greedy, right? Wanting
Mhm.
these things when it's emergency manifesting,
Yeah.
you don't feel
You don't
greedy.
feel greedy because you need it for
Yeah,
your home, your children,
yeah,
whoever.
exactly. But when you've got things going, you know, decently for you, and you're just like, I wish I want to have more, and you
Yeah.
know, it does feel a little bit greedy, and I think that stops us a lot, and a lot about like, yeah. So
And I think there's also a difference between being greedy and being selfish.
yes,
Greedy means that you have a lot. Well, at least that's kind of the assumption for me. If you're greedy,
mm-hmm.
that means you have a lot, that you're asking for too much. If you're selfish, that means you're asking for what you need or you're taking what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe you need a little bit of both.
Yeah, yeah. It's something that I've been learning that selfishness is a balance.
Yes. And
Being
it's
entirely
needed.
being entirely unselfish is not good for you.
No. Because you are
Uh,
your own person first. Who's going to take care of V more than V?
yeah, no, it's something I've had to learn because I've often put other people first. And the thing that you realize then is that putting someone else first, thinking, well, that's okay, they'll put you first, you're putting pressure on someone that
Yep.
is not like,
Yep.
it's not right in a way. Like,
Mm-mm.
it's not like, even if you're not going to look at it as in like you deserve to put yourself first, which you totally do, if you're going to look at it completely on the aspect of you want to be like, you know, altruistic or whatever, it's still not good
Yeah.
because you're now putting your happiness in someone else's hands.
Agreed. And it's heavy. Like,
Yes.
I may have mentioned it in another episode, but someone was telling me, try picking yourself up. Like, even try doing a pull up. I can't do a pull up, and that's a physical manifestation. What about emotional manifestation of your body, of yourself? That's heavy.
It
You're
is.
asking someone to pull that or carry that. That's like they gotta carry their own body first, right?
Yeah.
So you can't. That's not fair to either
No.
of you,
No,
really.
exactly. Exactly. That's where you got to learn to be a little bit selfish,
Yeah.
and it's very hard.
Yeah, but it's okay to receive too. Like I think we go back to the
Yes.
balance.
Yes. And that's the thing too is you've got to like for manifestation to work, you have to be open to receive.
Yeah.
And whether it's because you need to be open to believe enough to make, you know, reality change for you, or whether it's that you've got to be open enough to see the opportunities that come your way and grab them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no matter where you're on that spectrum of belief, I think you need to be open to receiving for it to
Yeah,
work.
in some way or another, absolutely.
And what does it feel like in your body when you're close to something you want?
If I know that I'm close to something I want, I get really excited, and I'm like, ooh, I get the tingles.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah,
And I get excited. Exactly. Like today, I picked up something I was waiting for, and I was like, oh, all day I was like, oh my God.
I get to pick up something
Exactly.
shiny tomorrow.
Exactly. So this is you. So it's like, you know it's coming,
Yeah.
but I guess if you're close to something you don't want, you also feel that like so there's like, you just have to follow your body's cues, kind of.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a difference for you between believing something is possible and then believing that you deserve it?
Yes. I think we go back to what we started talking about, the belief that you deserve it, and that's really heavy because a lot of people may not believe they're enough, right? Like the Barbie movie, You Are Enough. That was a big one. And it was really popular, and I can imagine why, because it
hit so many people.
Yeah, like, what if you're not enough, right? Or so many people hurt you, and it must be your fault that they hurt you or that they did these things. But
it's so hard so easy to take it on to yourself.
To internalize it, right? But I think if you believe that you can and that it's possible, and that you deserve it, you're like basically manifesting those good things that you want into your life because you're subconsciously working towards that. And I've heard some people, some YouTubers, or I've read listened to some podcasts. They say, if you want something, pretend you already have it.
That's what I hear too.
Act like as if you already have it. So, I mean, I'm not saying act like as if you're a millionaire because you're going to lose all your money if you're spending millions of dollars.
I kind of do. But it works in the emergency manifestation way.
But you could also, in that same vein, act like as if you're a millionaire, invest your money smart, and then that's maybe how you manifest that, right?
Yeah. It's also like, again, like going to the deserving part. I think that is something that stops a lot of us. It's like, who am I to think that I should have these things? Like, what makes me that special, right?
But then wouldn't you tell people that they are?
Yes, I would. And I'm saying, like, in the book, The Secret, it talks about how if everyone knows how to manifest, there would not be a shortage. Because if we believe in manifestation as to making things happen, you're not really taking anything from anyone.
You're just taking what's yours.
You're just taking from this infinite pool of energy. It's very hard to kind of look at that and look at the real world together, because
the real world is so not that.
No, and the real world is very much like, we are low on resources. We are
the lack of, and so you need to buy it now to have it because it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Right. And you think about, like, for example, diamonds, like they have to be like blood diamonds for people to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. Actually, I don't know where I read this or heard this, or someone was telling me, or I saw a video. In the olden days, not even that long ago, maybe I think in the 60s, that's when people started wanting diamonds. Do you know why? Because of marketing.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Yeah. It's just marketing. They just said, well, you want diamonds, so buy them. Before that, it was...
There's a huge monopoly.
Yeah.
And there's not a shortage of diamonds.
No, there's a lot. They have huge mines.
Yeah, they just release them slowly to make sure that they're
making money.
Yeah.
And before that, engagement rings, like wedding rings, what did they have? Pearls, opals, turquoise, like all those things. So all those vintage rings,
they're prettier.
Honestly, I love it. And I would rather have something beautiful than a white diamond that is like
mined
blood
by
diamond.
People that,
right?
are mistreated.
But this is marketing. So we were told what we should want, what we should deserve.
Oh,
but
my
that's
God.
not real.
It's so ridiculous the way we're told, because we're also told it should be a certain percentage of his salary. And
false.
That's insane.
False.
That is insane.
Like, how many?
You're about
how many
to make a
paychecks?
life. You're about to make a life together. Do you really want, like?
Please spend maximum $1,000, and that's if you want maximum. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's it.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know, that just boggles my mind when people say, "Oh yeah, this is like $20,000." I'm like, "Bitch, you could have bought a house." Like,
Like that's a good down payment.
yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there is a difference between that for sure.
What would it look like to want something without gripping it? I'm not too sure what that means.
Gripping it, I picture gripping like
Yeah.
keeping it, pulling it almost
Yeah.
against its will.
Okay.
I think wanting something maybe naturally.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I get the question now.
Maybe like we were saying, don't pretend you're a millionaire, but pretend you're wealthy,
Yeah.
right? Or
And it's also kind of releasing it to the universe, not just holding.
internalizing it, keeping it, like releasing that energy. I
Yeah.
think it's about grace and love. I think because if you release love and energy and pure light, that's better than if you're internalizing it. It's like dark a little bit.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. The gripping it feels very much like this is mine.
Yeah, like greedy. That's the
Yeah.
greediness
Yeah,
we were.
yeah. Yeah, it's like a different form of greedy that actually makes maybe more sense than the greediness of, oh, I would like to have a comfortable life.
Yeah. Those are two
Um,
different things.
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that would probably look different to everyone,
Yes.
but I think it's good to be aware for yourself what that may look like.
Yes. The other thing too about like greediness is that, people talk about like, when you think like eat the rich and all of that stuff. But the rich for me has different levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most rich people you're going to come across are not that level that are like screwing up with the world. Like there's just this
No.
like minority that,
Yeah.
this is not political, so I'm not going to go into it. But like wanting to be someone with money doesn't mean that you want to be a billionaire that's going to screw the planet. Like you can want money. Like you don't have
You
to
can
feel
be
like
comfortable.
yeah,
like,
you can definitely like want money without feeling like you want to be that bad person.
I think it's again a balance, right?
Yeah.
Like there's the excess, which is the ones that are screwing up, and we don't even have access to seeing those people. I don't even know who,
Yeah.
But then there's the people who are comfortable, who are the wealthy, right? Who
Yeah.
I would love to strive for one day. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like that's the thing is I don't feel a need to be wealthy.
Yeah.
And without feeling that attraction, it's going to be very hard for me to become wealthy.
Okay, yeah.
So
Do you think it's because you can't see yourself like manifesting that?
I think it's because I'm satisfied.
Okay.
But at the same time, there is a little part of me that would prefer, having a little bit extra.
Mm-hmm.
That I would prefer not having to worry before I want to book a trip.
Yeah.
Just a little increase. Like not
Yeah.
like but the problem is I think I'm so comfortable with my life that it's very hard for me to manifest more than just maintenance.
Okay. Yeah, a little extra something. I mean, I feel like everyone wants that little cushion, right?
I mean, unless you're like a real thrill seeker.
I don't know.
So, yeah, what's one small, ordinary choice this week that you made that felt aligned with something you want? I actually like this question because it kind of makes manifestation more like less
real?
Yeah, more real because you still have to do the work. You have to first of all have your eyes open to opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're manifesting, it might come at you in any kind of way, shape, or form. And if you're not looking for it, it might just pass you right by.
Yeah.
mean-
So I think you just have to be open to it,
Yeah.
right? And where in your daily life you can pull it.
Mm-hmm.
Like just pull that string. You see that? Pluck
yes,
that, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, that was
That was it, eh? Okay, I got it. Okay, so I think just as you're talking, I was brainstorming. I'm like, where did I pull that string? So I won't get into details, but long story short, in my work, there's been a lot of changes. So some managers have left, and so now there's actually 2 managers have left above me. So my manager's acting, so we don't have a manager, and that means I have the opportunity to lead more projects.
okay. Yes.
And I've also been very vocal about having possible leadership roles in the future. Like that's somewhere where I want to go into. So I think I'm pulling that string by taking lead of projects. By the way, I'm speaking to people. I'm reaching out before, instead of my manager telling me like, oh, Paola, go do this. No, it's already done. Here you go.
No, that's definitely working towards that manifestation, because that opportunity came and you saw it.
And I'm already living that opportunity. So I'm living of what maybe a senior, or maybe not senior leadership yet, but I have a leadership role that I'm acting in right now, even if unofficially.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah. What about you?
I think I feel like I've kept this close to myself. I just only told you about it, but now I'm telling everyone apparently. It's okay. There's not many viewers anyways. I decided to go back to writing. I've been spending a lot of time every night before bed instead of journaling, which, it's kind of sad, but I feel like I did a lot of work with my journaling, and I can pause it for a little while and go back to it when I feel like I need to round it off a little bit more.
And you've always loved to write. Like, this is, you're a writer.
Yeah, so I actually dusted off an old story that I started writing in like 2012.
Okay.
So what, 14 years ago?
Wow.
And it still kind of works to this day. So I've started really like plotting hard, and it's kind of like easier these days because the research is so much easier to do.
Because it's there. You know how.
Yeah. And so because there's a lot of science involved in that book, in that story, but there's also a lot of psychological factors that I did not know how to approach 14 years ago.
Okay.
Like I knew I wanted that heaviness. But I did not know how to approach it. And I feel like I can now. Like I can give it the depth that it deserves. So I've been working on this. Right now, other than the stuff I wrote like 14 years ago, I haven't even written anything. It's just like
brainstorming,
character designs. I have a full cast, like completely designed. I have like the science behind everything. And
so when you do start to write it, it'll just be like, go.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Yeah. Yeah, so how do you stay connected to a desire without checking on it constantly?
I don't think that's hard for me, to be honest, because I forget.
Oh.
I read this book some time ago, and it's actually interesting. I think I was at cottage this weekend, and my partner's mom brought it up, and I was like, oh yeah, I've read that book. It's The Power of Now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You've read it too?
Yeah,
I've know of it?
I've listened to it in Spanish.
Okay, so there you go. And it's...
I
read it, oh man, this was like years ago. I don't even know when, like 2009 maybe. And the idea stuck with me. You have to live in the moment, so I always try to do it. So for me, it's not difficult for me to check on it constantly because I'll just come back to it. Yeah. It's like I leave it in the subconscious. I leave it running in the background on my mind. Like, for example, that work thing, right? I'll just leave it running. Like, okay, I need to make sure I'm thinking about outside the box and always running. But I'm not actually like constantly like thinking, I'm not a manager yet. I'm not a manager yet. Because that's not going to help anyone, right? Yeah. So just keep going. I forget about it, and I come back to it every once in a while, right?
Yeah, I've listened to that book too, and I think on it each time I find myself focusing too much on. So they say
overthinking.
Yes, they say that anxiety so depression is living too much in the past,
Okay.
and anxiety is living too much in the future.
Yeah.
And I definitely have like the anxiety.
Yeah.
I am like constantly thinking about how this is going to work out in the future, how this is going to be,
The what
what ifs, like
yeah, everything.
when are we going to make this work? How are we going to end?
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
it's too much.
It's a lot. That's stressful.
Yeah. So like as far as like connecting to a desire without checking on it constantly, I'm really not good with that.
Yeah.
For example, did you go and get your visa stuff done yet? Constantly checking on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
But I
hard
mean,
for
you
me.
can't help that either
Yeah.
because that comes from a place of love,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Of desire. So it's hard because the more strongly you feel about something, it's easier to come back to that.
Yes.
It's so much easier.
And I'm someone who's used to making things I want happen. And when it's on someone else's court,
You can't.
I can't.
No.
And that makes me revisit it so
No.
much more, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not like...
Did you do this yet? Is
Yeah.
it done? I would have already done it if it was mine. It's
I
okay,
don't
I'm
say
the
it, but
same
I only
way.
think it.
It's me, and I think that. And I know with my partner,
Yeah.
sometimes he's like, I know, honey, let me do it my own way. And I have to like catch myself. And
Your
it's
own
so
way, but my way's better.
It's literally what goes in my head. And he's like, no, it's just different. And I'm like, is it? Twitch, twitch, twitch. Like, I don't know, man.
What would you tell someone who feels like manifestation hasn't worked for them?
How do you know it hasn't worked for you? That's my first question. Is there something that, maybe one specific thing, but what about all the other things that have gone right? It's like
Yeah.
if you focus on the wrong, what about the right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it might just not have happened yet.
We were also just talking about it earlier. Manifestation, it's not like a magic pill. It's not us saying exist and everything's going to come to you. Here you go, present, boom, done. No.
You have to find the opportunities.
Find the opportunities, pull that out, do what needs to get done, subconsciously, consciously, all these things. But it starts in the mind, right? Because we're mind, body, soul. It's all intertwined. So if you can control your physical movements, you can also control your mind, right?
So it's interesting, like you're talking about the mind, body, soul thing, because in The Power of Now, it really talks about how our mind can kind of slow us down even.
Yeah.
That's not really our true self. Like our true self is separate from what our brain is thinking. And maybe for manifestation, that true self is who has that power. And by overthinking it, you're actually taking away from that power.
From that person, that true being.
That's your soul.
Yeah. Be kind to yourself, guys. Be kind.
Yeah.
So we always do like a little listener takeaway.
Yes.
And I guess
I like them.
Today, because we've talked about manifesting and the links and being gentle to yourself, what we're going to do kind of 3 deep breaths, linking back to your body, your nervous system, your vagus nerve, and thinking in your mind, let what comes to you. Like, is there something honest of a sentence, like what you actually want right now? What is that? Like, not, again, something achievable, not something like insane, like, I want to own the world. You know? What's something that you actually want right now? And don't try to edit or fix it. Like, let your intuition guide you. Name it right now. Name it out loud. Journal it. Reflect on that. Why do you want that, right? Let that be your guide for the next couple of days or the next week. So... as usual, just get comfortable, cross your legs, sit down, whatever you need. Feel your shoulders nice and loose. Wiggle them if you need to. Make sure when you're breathing in through your diaphragm all the way in. So nice deep breaths. Hold and release. Hold and release. A third. Hold and release. That was cool.
It was nice. Yes. Thank you so much for being with us. We're going to be doing a whole chapter on manifestation. So I hope you join us and we can maybe make some magic happen.
Yeah. Woo!
And we invite you to manifest your dreams into your life. Bye.
Bye.